recently started an ASMR channel, and it has been a very, very unique and interesting experience, and I really didn't expect it to go the way that it did. I've learned a lot about the world of ASMR, and it's not something that I would have expected, to be totally honest. I have other YouTube channels which are complete failures, and I've done quite a bit of research into how YouTube works. You know, the algorithm and engagement, retention and all that sort of thing. And in many ways, the realm of ASMR is sort of an anomaly, if you will. What do I mean by that? Well, in the world of ASMR, you don't need the most captivating thumbnails, the most captivating titles, or the most original ideas. The only thing your channel needs to do, the only thing each one of your videos needs to do, is to promote this sense of relaxation, the sense that your viewers will receive a unique experience. But because this is the world of falling asleep and sound effects that produce tingles, the irony is that it doesn't really matter who you get that experience from. I mean, there are hundreds of people doing, thousands of creators doing roleplay ASMR, thousands of creators doing no talking ASMR, just, showing you different sort of sound effects and things like that. I did a poll. It was my first poll, my first community post. And I said, what do you like to fall asleep to? And I gave them 4 options on this poll. The first was, I can't remember the order, but it was something educational, a personal story, a game lore video, and number 4, option 4 was anything, as long as it's boring. Anything. And what I found to be really interesting about this was anyone can make a boring video. Anyone. And the thing about titles and thumbnails, they work differently here, because the difference between a high-end title and thumbnail and a low-end title and thumbnail in the realm of ASMR is that a high-quality thumbnail will be taken with a very, very high-resolution camera, and the room will be lit very, very well. And the title will be very shockingly, painfully descriptive. I mean, sure, there are a few roleplay ASMR titles that try and entice you, I suppose, but, and there are a few that say fall asleep in 10 minutes, things like that, but most of them are just descriptive. So you don't need to be too innovative with your titles. You just look at what already works and copy that same format. And as far as the thumbnails go, well, just promote a sense of relaxation or coziness. And the cool thing about ASMR is, because it is not a realm which relies entirely on innovation, but rather providing, almost you could call it a service, that service being to relax you. If you have one subscriber or 1 million subscribers, and you both post similar looking thumbnails and titles, and the content is approximately the same, they're both high quality pieces of content, then the person with 1 subscriber might actually get a lot of attention. The only real leverage that the big content creators have is because they've been established in this realm for such a long time, because they've already done the hard work of building a following. Then the only real thing, then their advantages, they can get lots of people to click on the video right from the word go. If you have a smaller channel, that's fine, as long as you can match the quality of content, you'll do well. Now, as for me, a lot of my content has been very experimental. A lot of my content has been very, how would you say, this and that. You know, I tried this, and then there was a few gaming videos in there. Here's what I found. For me personally, looking at my 2 most successful videos so far, and it's in line with what I'm interested in anyway. For me, I think I am in the space of rambling, of giving you, yes you, a concept that is not too engaging, that you will stay awake, but not too boring, that you'll fall asleep. Sort of happy middle ground of, well, it's good enough. And combine that with a, hopefully, boring enough voice, you've got yourself a channel. I'm very, very thankful to my currently 25 subscribers. I had 26, but somebody actually hit the unsubscribe button. Well, that's fine. But, yeah, so my advice to you, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, should I start a channel? Should I start? Yes, I would say go for it. However, what I've found is there are, and nobody really talks about this, not really, I've not really heard anyone say this, there are 4 main sub-niches within the world of ASMR. 4. And if you want to be a creator, go ahead. But I would suggest you pick one of these sub-niches, experiment, and then you can move on to another sub-niche if you're not liking what you're doing. Or if you're seeing success, of course you can stick it out. What are these 4 sub-niches? The first is what I'm doing now. I call it the monologue ASMR. This is somebody who comes along with a whispery voice, or maybe it's a very sort of clicky, salivary voice, and maybe they show their face, maybe only they show part of their face, and they just talk. That's it. They talk for a while, and eventually people fall asleep, or they enjoy the whispery experience. Either way, I would say this is the easiest to do, and if you keep your thumbnails and your titles enticing enough, and you make sure people don't really click away if what you're talking about is of vague interest, maybe there's something there. The second type is what I like to call sound effect based ASMR. This is when you really rely content, and a lot of these creators who do this sort of thing have a lot of no talking videos. So it's great if you're not really keen on showing your face or your voice on YouTube. You don't have to. You can just point the camera at your hands and let your hands fiddle with some object. There's your content. People like that stuff. It could be anything. It could be a pen. It could be a fidget spinner, I guess. I don't know. People tap cups. People do books. List goes on. That type. And this is something that I would not recommend you do unless you are really, really keen on this, is role playing. I would not recommend you get into role play. Why? The thing about role play is, in other avenues of ASMR, your competition is only so high. In the sphere of role play, however, you have quite serious competition. You have people who buy full costumes, a full set of props. They have a green screen setup, okay? They, they write whole scripts of dialogue. And that's just one character. They'll do multiple characters. And to be able to do all of that work and, have to compete with all of these already large content creators is going to be pretty difficult. Now, if this is something that you're very, very interested in, that you're very passionate about, and you're confident in your skills, or you're confident that your skills will at least get better over time, then go for it. But if you're not die-hard on being a role player, my personal advice, don't go for it. And the fourth and final sub-niche in the world of ASMR is what I like to call commentary ASMR. So the video will involve you doing something. You might be playing a video game, or cleaning the house, or packing things away, I don't know, some random task. And the irony is the focus of the video is not actually what you're doing. It's not really the game, or the packing, or whatever. It's the commentary you provide, which is, of course, whispered or something like that, as you are carrying out this action. And gaming ASMR is the most sort of mainstream version of this, you could say. But I think this is a realm where you can get quite creative. I haven't seen very much legwork in the field of commentary-based ASMR, but I think there's a lot of potential. Because it's almost like you could call it a sort of personal vlog ASMR mix. And heck, I mean, if you've got that vibrant personality that people are looking for, or even if you just do things that people are interested in themselves, might work out for you. Please, so other advice that I would give: don't expect success straight away. I will say that the barrier to entry for ASMR content creation is quite low, especially compared to other fields and other niches within the YouTube landscape. But you shouldn't expect success overnight. You shouldn't. Now, just for some real numbers, a few days after I posted my first video, it got about 200 views, which is quite a lot for a first upload. And the next video got about half of that. It got about 80-ish views. And the next video was even less and less and less. And there was a few standout videos here and there. But all of a sudden I'm putting all this effort into a video that gets 11 views or 12 views. And you think, really? So, what I would suggest is, because you want to build a specific target audience, because you want to build a community, don't think I'm going to build an ASMR community. Think I'm going to build a community of people who like ASMR, but specifically this kind of ASMR. And yeah, I recommend you just do what you feel is best. Don't bore yourself. Don't make a video that feels laborious. Editing is always going to be laborious. But actually making the video itself, recording it, shouldn't feel like a drag. It should feel natural and fun. Because if you're not having a good time making a video, right, people will know. They will see that very, very quickly. And they would rather go to somebody else who is much more enthusiastic about the content than you are. And that's the reality. That doesn't mean you have to be, number one enthusiasm champion who's, hyper excited every video. No, it doesn't mean that at all. But what it does mean is you do need to care. And you need to look like you care. Because if you don't care, well, what's the point, right? For those of you who are wondering, what's in my glasses? What is this reflection? I'm so paranoid about copyright takedowns because I've scared myself reading all of these articles and watching all these videos about this thing. What you're looking at right now in my glasses is actually, I went to a website called Pexels, 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 and there's some commercial-free videos and photos. It's like stock stuff basically, but it's all free and you can use it all in monetized and unmonetized stuff. You don't even need to credit the original creator. And I found this. I just typed in, I think, code, and you go to the videos section, and here it is. This is a code. It's blue stuff. I found that blue's a nice color. You can see it well. The glasses. Anyways, I ask this every video, and I know it's such a YouTube trope, but I'm genuinely curious, because I know a lot of you watch this, well, not a lot of you, but a few of you watch this, and you don't really comment and stuff, and that's fine. I don't, you must all comment, no, but I'm genuinely curious what you think. Am I speaking out of my ass? Am I full of BS? Am I just a small creator who went off on a very, very large tangent? Or is there meat behind what I'm saying? I don't know. I think there's meat behind what I'm saying. But then again, that's what happens when you think you know what's going on. Anyways, and by the way, I'm here to serve you content. That's why I'm here. So if there's a particular thing that you want me to do, if there's something that you want me to ramble on about, I'm more than happy to do so. On just about any topic there is. So please let me know. And yeah, I've been going on for about 22 minutes now. So if you're still here, thank you very, very much for watching.